The not so secret lives of Salem's Puritans.
Thank you, everybody. Hello, yes, hello, and welcome. My name is Moses Clemency, and today
you, Moses.
you're on the show, The Not So Secret Lives of Salem's Puritans. Now, we have already spoken to the many people in Salem, the likes of which include Giles Corey, Mary Warren, and Abigail Williams. But today, we have a very special guest for you. I would like to welcome to the stage, John Proctor! Oh, John, thank you for coming on the show today.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for having me.
Well, John, how's the farming business been recently? I hear that sometimes you have some fairly strict competition with the other farmers in the area.
Oh, yes, I've been doing fairly well with my own crop as of late, but some people, Thomas Putnam, have been trying to attain my land as of late.
Wow, what a despicable man.
Ain't it the truth?
What do you guys think about the Putnams? Yeah, that's right. Okay, whoa. Settle down. Settle down. Okay. Now, John, what's this whole deal between you and Abigail Williams? Last week on the show, she publicly declared her love for you. What do you have to say about this?
That daft child doesn't have a clue about her own feelings, honestly. I mean, what she feels for me is not love. It's this twisted idea. It doesn't have any context.
Well, what has happened between you two? What has made you respond like this, and why would she say that she publicly loves you?
Well, it's really rather complicated, but I guess there's just no getting around it at this point. I gave her what a stallion gives a mare, and that's all.
You committed lechery?
I did. I'm not proud of it, but there's no fixing it now.
Does your wife know about this?
Well, she's had her suspicions for a while, but I guess she knows now if she's watching the show, so.
Well, how do you plan on fixing this with her?
When I get off the show, I will confess to her and do my best to mend our relationship, no matter what it takes. I love my wife. Don't get me wrong.
Well, isn't that astonishing? Who knew? We knew.
How could you possibly have known?
Okay, John. On to our next topic. So, what do you think of Giles Corey?
Oh, well, Giles Corey is a very dear friend of mine. We're both in the same predicament in terms of our livelihood.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we are both struggling to protect our jobs as farmers, and it is increasingly difficult when you have a fiendish man such as Thomas Putnam breathing down your neck for your land. I am convinced that man will do anything to obtain more land. He may even use the recent events in Salem to illegitimately gain land from other farmers.
That's quite the claim you've made there, Mr. Proctor. Now, I know we don't like the Putnams, but that's quite the claim.
I stand by my word. I truly believe that that man intends to do so.
Alright, Proctor. Now, back to Giles Corey.
Oh, yes. Well, Giles has been my mentor and a faithful friend to our family, and he also helped me start my farm and has supported me throughout my agricultural efforts.
Wow, that's great. Now, let's move on to another topic. John, what do you think about the recent witch trials going on in Salem?
Well, I think that the accusation of witchery is a very bold and blasphemous charge, and I also think that it's extremely ridiculous that people are believing it. In the case of Abigail and the girls she's controlling, I think it's safe to say that not only are they committing fraud, but they're also condemning honest and upright people.
Wait, so what exactly is your claim?
My claim is that the town is daft with nonsense and too closed-minded to see what's really going on.
Wait, so are you saying that you think that the girls are deceiving the entire village?
Yes, and I think that the people in the village are too blinded by their concept of security and Christian theocracy that they just can't comprehend the possibility that everything is a fraud.
What is your proof? Where is your reasoning? How did you conceive an idea like this?
The fact that Abigail confessed it to me is pretty hard proof.
And when did she confess this to you?
Earlier this month when we were alone in the woods.
Why were you alone with her in the woods?
I had to, break the promise that I made with her in bed.
What promise?
The promise that is made in any bed, spoken or silent, is a promise that a young girl holds and believes that because I slept with him, that I love him. My wife says there is a promise surely made in any bed.
Wait, so I'm a little bit confused. What's to say you don't love your wife, even though you sleep in bed with her?
Man, I will not have your suspicions with my relationships. That is between my wife and I. Okay? It is over and done with. I do, however, deeply regret my actions.
Okay, that's respectable, John. However, let's move on to this next topic. So, what do you think of these witch trials in Salem? What do you hope their outcome will be? And also, what is your hope for the future of Salem?
I don't have very high hopes for Salem because I believe that the townsfolk are going to be too heavily influenced by their own moral and religious values, which will affect the outcome necessary for the situation to be considered just and brought under control.
Well stated, Mr. Proctor. I can't say that I agree with you entirely, but I do respect his opinion.
On your preceding question, I would have to answer that the witch trials will have a malicious outcome, but personally I'm hoping that no one will get hurt. I want there to be justice, but I also wish for safety among all the citizens of Salem, regardless of whether or not they're insolent or respectable. I also hope to protect my family, and I only want their well-being.
Oh, yes. What a guy. Thank you for coming on the show today, John.
Oh yes, thank you for having me, Jess.
Now, audience, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming. And always, remember, be safe, drive home safe, don't drink and drive. And remember, you're watching the Not-So-Secret Lives of Salem Puritans. Thank you. Good night.
The not so secret